People always ask me, Lauren, how did you end up doing this? Like, how did you become the person that is called when someone's small business is completely overwhelming and in desperate need of organizational help? My answer is I did not set out to be a systems strategist. I did not set out to own my own business. I didn't wake up one day thinking, oh, you know what sounds fun? Building out Dubsados for entrepreneurs. That is not my origin story. I got here because I lived through the chaos of supporting creatives in an actual job and wanted to help more people. I love a good lore story. I love hearing how people ended up starting their business. So I'm Lauren with The Smarter Creative, and this is how I got here. So right now I am a certified Dubsado specialist. I own The Smarter Creative. I help creative entrepreneurs, which is photographers, brand designers, web designers, coaches, wedding venues, transport company, home organizers, social media managers, so many types of entrepreneurs. Like that's just like a bit of it. Name the business. Oh, interior designers. Anyways, okay. So I help them build systems that they can actually use to run their business so they can stop the whole chaos of their business running them. As a Dubsado specialist, I help with the client management, client experience inside of Dubsado that help small business owners get out of the chaos that is running their inbox, following up with their own clients, running everything out of like sticky notes, an Excel sheet, and a prayer, and getting them into a business that is professional, organized, streamlined, beautiful. Like that is like my heart. I have a friend who I've worked with, and she calls me like the Marie Kondo of her small business. Like I come in, think of the business operations as a super messy garage that you don't really want people to come in and see. And she says, I go in like Marie Kondo or your fairy biz mother, wave a magic wand and just make things happen in a way that makes sense for your brain with everything that you actually care about. It's what I go in and I do. I have watched a photographer who's been in business for over 10 years hit her first six-figure year because of the systems that we put in place. I had another client who teaches a specific course, and she's been able to expand what she does and has completely streamlined her billing and booking process for those students. And last year, I think she made $250,000 within the first 6 months of the year. Like it is such a streamlined process and everything's automated on it. It is just, oh, so good. So then she can just focus on actually teaching her course to her students. I've helped wedding sign companies go from custom quoting every project that they've ever worked on with very little systems around collecting information from the couples that they're working with to actually having a process of having packages, add-ons, and a streamlined process once the person's booked of following up to make sure proofs are going out in a timely fashion, things are getting ordered, things are moving forward. There's so many moving parts with these businesses that you need a solid system anchoring you so things don't fall through the cracks. None of this happened because I knew I was going to help them. I was actually in the middle of the chaos, witnessing the chaos going. So I can help. I can help here. Like I know how to help here. So let me take you back to where it really started. I've always been operationally minded. I worked in restaurants throughout my 20s, and then my 30s, I worked in big corporate America, and then I ended up at a church and launched my business at the end of my 30s, and now I'm in my early 40s. I've been doing this for 6 years now, and every one of my jobs in all the different industries really brought me to this point. In restaurants, I remember managing a cocktail bar and they had no systems whatsoever. They didn't have table numbers, they didn't have sections, they didn't have a POS system. If you had a drink order, you just went behind the bar and made it. There wasn't like a well bartender. It was absolute chaos and my brain could not take it. And it was then sloppy for the customers because like who's taking care of them, what's going on? And so I created an entire operating system, like a whole way of operating for all of the team that worked on this teeny tiny cocktail bar to actually have a system that worked and, put it together a POS system so we could actually, I don't know, ring in drinks, not just handwrite all of our chits, which is super whimsical and cutesy, but not efficient. And I think your clients at the end of the day, when they're ready to cash out, actually prefer efficiency over whimsy. You can present the check in a whimsical way, but like when you need to go, you need to go. So I then eventually got to see, while I was in corporate America, I got to see how everything is just made up. I got to see this giant company make decisions. I was an executive assistant, so I was sitting in on meetings and learned that these guys were just making it up. They didn't know every system for strategy and things that we know. Somebody just came up with it and it worked, and then other businesses adopted it. The Six Sigma lean programs we're teaching inside of my organization for you to be better at project management. That was just somebody who came up with it. Like all of our practices are just made up, and they can be whatever it is that works best for your company. You can operate in any way that you want to, barring, actual federal state regulations and things, right? Like we're not talking about that stuff, but just how you serve your clients and make things happen. You get to make it up. You get to figure it out. And then I was a creative director at this really large church. And as creative director, I oversaw so many creative different teams, a production team, the media team, the production team, the worship team. Did I say that already? Oh, whatever. The worship team, the videography team, every creative part of the church was under me. And then we did all the creatives for all the different departments of the church. So Sunday morning services, kids services, middle school, high school. We had a prison outreach. We were broadcasting on the local ABC station. It was a large church doing a lot of things with a lot of moving parts. And when I came on, this creative team had nothing. It was total chaos. I do not know how I legitimately I have no idea how they actually kept up with their workloads and got requests out. There was no order at all. So similar to what I did in the restaurant, I came in and I was like, this isn't working. We have to completely change this. It has to be different. Somebody on the creative team would get stopped in the hallway. A request would be made, and then that would fall through the cracks. The person who made the request was like, oh, I told somebody. And then that person completely forgot because they were on their way to the bathroom. They weren't looking to write something down and pay attention. So after being there and watching what was happening, I created a literal physical Kanban board where we tracked actual requests. We weren't operating just on vibes and luck. It was like, what are we actually working on? What are we waiting for approvals on? What do we need information on? Where are we halted? What's moving forward? What are the different pieces for these? And then don't even get me started at actually forecasting what's coming down the pipeline. When is Easter? When is Christmas? When are these big church events that have a lot of creative elements? How are those going to affect our team? And can we be proactive in getting there instead of reactive and things coming out and just being a mess? So great. I got this team organized. We got off the physical Kanban board into a digital project management system. We went into digital creative requests that the church, different teams could request creatives with actual deadlines and information, all the things. So we went into a project knowing everything that needed to be known. We didn't just start moving faster, but we had more clarity as we were going, and we were able to forecast, manage our workload better. It wasn't chaos all the time. And that was great. I got my team up and running. And then I started working with creative freelancers to support our team. We were hiring graphic designers and videographers. And then those guys were hard to work with. They were disorganized, and I wasn't getting invoices sent. I'd get 3-4 months backed of invoices from my ongoing graphic designer, which one, I'm like, how are you not sending me an invoice to get paid regularly? 2, it's messing up with my budget because I budget for monthly things. So it's messing up my budgeting. You're inability to be organized. And then the way that they did their project management, it could have been better. Like when I see a mess operationally, I can see the ways that it could be more streamlined and better. So I started helping them actually run their business better. Like I couldn't help it. Like I'm like coaching from the background saying, "Hey, what if we did this? Hey, what if we did this? Hey, did you think about this? Hey, this is really painful way to work with you. I do not like this." And being the good Boy Scout that I am, shout out to my dad who's an Eagle Scout, I want to leave a place better than I found it. Like it's going to be cleaner, it's going to be running so much better than how I found it. In working with those contractors, I was given the idea that I could do this for even more small businesses, not just the few that we were contracting out, but I could actually take this gifting where I speak creative, like I am a creative, I love creative stuff, and I speak it, I see it, I value it, and the operational, analytical systems things, I also have that gifting to see the world in that way. So why not take how I've been gifted and not just keep it in one place, but go and like sprinkle it out into the world? Because creatives who are out there either freelancing, who have their own small businesses, they do not lack the talent. They are gifted at what they do. It's why they do it. But so often they lack this systems. They didn't go to business school. I went to business school. Like they didn't go to business, or most likely didn't go to business school. And so all of the ways of how a business could run, they're just figuring it out and they don't know any better. You don't know what you don't know. So I started helping creative businesses get organized and streamlined in the behind the scenes of their businesses, not touching their actual craft, right? Like I don't tell you how to actually do what you do to serve your clients better. I want to talk about what's actually going on behind the scenes that is serving your clients to streamline it so that you can focus more on your craft. And what systems do is it allows you to book more clients, close more clients, follow up with leads that went away, take some of the emotion out of business follow-ups. If you have automated invoice reminders, it's not you sending a past due email reminder, it's just your system doing it. And so you're going to make more money with a really good system. It's going to bring trust as you work with your clients because you had a good system together, and people will recommend you to more people. Everybody is different. And if you have a really good service and you do a really good job, but it was difficult to work with you, people aren't going to be as likely to recommend you as if you have a beautiful service, you great work, and you were easy to work with. If you're easy to work with, it is so much easier for people to say, oh yeah, you need to hire so-and-so for your daughter's senior portraits, for your closet organization, for your new website or branding, because they were just so easy to work with. They took such good care of me and their work was great. I've helped so many of these small businesses now streamline, and my greatest thing is it's creating a system. It's not making you reliant on an admin or a person. These systems really do serve you. And it'll be 6, 9, 12, 18 months before I hear from some past client who say, oh my gosh, thank you for what you did. I want to start offering a new service. Can you help me create a system for this? Because once you set it for your business, you're good to go. Like you just get to set it and forget it a little bit if things aren't changing in your business very often. If the service that you're offering and how you deliver on it are consistent and repeatable, you have a place to put in a system. And when you have a solid system, you get time back, you get happier clients, and you get mental energy back because you're not thinking about all those loose ends of all the things that you kind of have to do, but forget that you have to do them. That's all taken care of because your system is holding it. It's like, it's got you in a blanket, like it's holding your business for you. It's not, you aren't the only one having to hold your business. Your system you can trust to also hold it. If any part of my story sounded familiar, as in you're a creative with a messy back end that you would be embarrassed for clients to see, you're running off of some crazy Excel sheet that makes you cringe every time you open it because you know it's not actually keeping you organized or on top of things, that you are completely talented but just do not have any systems in place. I want you to know that is all completely fixable, I promise. If you need support from a systems specialist, I have different ways that I work with my clients, including Dubsado setups that are fully done for you, or I have done with you, or even DIY Dubsado setup supports. I do Notion support, and I even do coaching if you need help getting your mental space to a point that you can have a repeatable, anchored process in the first place. If you have a vision of where you're going, you're like, okay, I can see it. I know where I'm headed. I have no idea how to get there. That's where someone like me comes in and can help you identify the steps and then actually implement those steps to get you to where you're going. You hold the vision for your business, and sometimes you just need somebody to come over and support you and say, here's a way that we can support your vision and bring it to life. That's what I do. I'd love, 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 love to chat with you if you need systems support. I have a link to a free clarity call, just a quick call to get to know each other, see if I can help you, see if Dubsado is the right fit for you, or Notion, or if coaching would be a better fit. And truly, there's no pressure, there's no pitch. It's just, if you need help, I'm here offering it. This is how I'm wired to serve people. And it just, it brings me so much joy when I hear from my clients and they are so happy with what came together that's unique to their business. It's not just cookie cutter, whatever. It's unique to their business, how they operate, how they run, and it's held by a gentle guide. If you need somebody gentle to come alongside you and be your biggest cheerleader and advocate, but also be a safe space to be vulnerable with, just saying, I'm just gonna put my hand up there and say, reach out. Please schedule your free call. I'd love to chat with you and see if we're a good fit. No pressure. I do not pitch on these calls. It's just a conversation to see if I can help you and your business. The link to book one is down below in the description. Drop me a comment if your business is in complete chaos or if you found a system that works for you. Share it. I would love to read it and learn more about it. I think every time we can share parts of the behind the scenes that isn't seen a lot with running a business, it can just help out everybody who reads it. If you know somebody who might need some back-end support in their small business, send them this video. See if it resonates with them, if they need to hear it. It is one of the best ways that you can support me and my channel is to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Lauren with The Smarter Creative. I help creative entrepreneurs like you work smarter in your business instead of harder. And I'll see you in the next one.